The environmental educator. Today we're going to talk about an organization everybody is very familiar with, probably around the world, 350, that Bill Mckibben put together to get Earth back to 350 parts per million carbon dioxide, because that's what the experts say that carbon dioxide has to be for Earth to support life as we know it. Okay, so this started in, according to Wikipedia, 2007, and then, here's their blah 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 homepage, but on their 10-year timeline page here, it says that 350 celebrates a decade of action because in 2009 they started the first global day of action. Okay. So 10 years after 350's first global day of action, we celebrate our wins. Our wins. Okay. Reflect on the lessons learned and look to the fights ahead. I guess when you're an activist who doesn't have solutions, but just tells the world you need solutions, everything has to be a fight. But you know what? This doesn't have to be a fight. Mckibben could have been the first environmental voice to give the world the solutions that a lot of people before I asked him hadn't given the world. But has Mckibben and 350 given the world the solutions they've been asked to give the world? Now my website, my email that I use, it started in like 909. Okay, so this right here, I just searched 350.org to see how many emails I've sent them since then. So blah blah. This is emails to Bill and to May, who is their executive director. And you know what? These searches don't always come up with all the emails, but we're about halfway through now. These are all of the solutions. Okay, just for time, that's only to 2019 there now. Now we're at 2021. So, I had them on with these guys the other night. I did. Oh yeah, so this was to Christy Lee about Bobby Kennedy's interview. Christy Lee is the one who did it on InfoWars, who won't tell you any of this truth for over a decade. That they're on this distribution. But here's Mckibben. May's on here somewhere. You got one. You got not protecting our winners. Oh, May right here at 350.org. You got Greta, Redford, Gore. Oh yeah. CBS 60 Minutes. They won't tell you any truth. The United Nations, the Executive Office of the Environment. Oh, Trudeau. Yeah. Oh yeah. He doesn't care. There's Project Veritas. They won't tell you anything. Mike Adams. He won't tell you anything. Brighteon. What? Laura Logan. No. But here's the Royals and the Youth Climate. Lawsuit. Yeah, that's their chief counsel, Glenn Greenwald. Oh, thank you, Glenn. He can't be bothered to care. But you know what? 350 is on here. This is the last one that I sent them. That huge list there. They look like things like this. This is one I sent October 11, 2019, when the Nobel rejected Greta. They're on here. Bill's right here. May's right here. This is a screenshot of it. But right here, everything that isn't being done. So these people are well aware that there's action out there that needs to happen. And if you scroll further down this page here, oh yeah, they are bold, creative, and strategic. They work for justice because, that's all part of it. Inequality, justice, part of the climate movement now for just because they're ridiculous. So we care for and trust one another. Oh, we're stronger when we collaborate. except the only people, 350 and all environmental voices collaborate with is everyone else who won't allow solutions. Okay. They all get together and scream for solutions, and the only person they don't allow in the door is the person who has the solutions that they're preventing, even though, according to 350, oh, we are transparent and accountable. Oh, to ensure the integrity of our work, we strive to be transparent and open while respecting everyone's right to privacy and ensuring people's safety. We are accountable to each other, to the people and groups we collaborate with, and to those impacted by our work. Oh, like everybody who's been impacted by the storms that have happened since 350 has refused to lead the world with solutions that, according to 350, and everybody they associate themselves with, wouldn't be happening if we had solutions that 350 and Mckibben won't allow. Yeah, and then this nice that we strive to honor the relationship we build with each other. Right. Well, that's very nice in words. But you know what else accountable they need to be held accountable for is the relationship with their donors. How much does Bill Mckibben bring in a year? Well, this is their last tax statement that's been audited, that's out there. Grants and contributions with donor restrictions, 13,848,000. Without donor restrictions, 719,000, for a total of $14,567,000 for the year ending September 30th, 2019. And then for a couple of years before that, in 2018, 19,193,000, 2017, 16,810,000, 2016, $13,771,000. And what has Bill Mckibben done in all of that time that he's been working to get Earth to 350? Now, this is on co2.earth. This page, this graph isn't up there anymore. I searched for it for this video, but I took a screenshot of it a while ago, and this was up there. And so this is, by year, by month, but let's just go with the highlighted month of the year here. So every year in 2007, when 350 started, we were at 381.99 CO2 parts per million. And then in 2009, when they started their days of action, which are just ridiculous, where their days of action are nothing except screaming that we need action. Okay. A while ago, it's in my book, they did a ski race without snow, like a Memorial Day weekend in Aspen with, the fools there that won't allow solutions to prove that, oh my God, we need solutions, right? I mean, it was just, but that was their day of action. And their day of action for over a decade has produced exactly nothing except, as I'm showing you here, hugely negative results. Because now the latest figure that they had on this graph was 2018, and it had risen to 406.99. So we went from 381 in 2007 when they started to 406.99. Bill Mckibben has done absolutely nothing towards his goal. He has never, ever had any positive progress. Okay? And now, if you can tell, regardless of they are transparent and accountable, if you can state that truth to 350 and their worshipers, this is how 350 treats you. You are not allowed to comment. You can only share. Now, this was taken, I don't know, a couple of years ago. It didn't have the date, but it was a couple of years ago. And it was before that I wasn't allowed to share. They took me off a long time ago. I think it's in my book. This guy Joe first was like, yeah, and then like by the end of the day, and the end solutions, like by the end of the conversation, he was absolutely annoyed that like somebody would present them solutions. And I think it was shortly after that I was taken off of here. But you're not allowed to tell the truth, so much so that, as I said, I don't remember when I took that screenshot, But when I went out and searched 350.org today on Facebook, yeah, 350 doesn't even come up. Just their individual branches and um, if I searched a little further, it would be people that have mentioned them, but I can no longer get to their main page. So not only can I not comment, I can't even see what ridiculousness they're spewing. Yeah, but that doesn't stop 350 from telling you that they are transparent and accountable, which I can assure you they are not. These emails, they're respectful, but I remind them, this was October 11th, 2019, when Greta got rejected for a Nobel. And here's, May and Mckibben, he's here, and a lot of the usual, sunrise, oh, and then I told them they did the right thing. But again, I remind them the solutions the world needs and who's been preventing it since forever. But they're aware of what they won't allow, but they also won't allow that to go out onto their audience, who gives them all of these donations for having an absolute complete failure of an organization. But does that stop Bill Mckibben? No, because he's got it made. He can just go out and pretend to be what he isn't, and nobody knows that he's refusing to give the world solutions, because no press and not even Project Veritas will tell you. So, Bill Mckibben and 350, they're always out there with their pom-poms, and they're celebrating a decade of action. The whole decade where the situation has gotten worse. Even by their own words, the situation has gotten worse. They're celebrating a decade of complete failed action because they refused to take real action. So their days of action started in 2009. Their days of action are absolutely nothing. They just scream for solutions. And 2009 was the first day of action. 2010, a new kind of movement. That's what they are. They were in a movement. Oh my God. 2011, they resisted the Keystone Pipeline. But will they do anything to get all of their people to stop using disposables and throwing, our waste into disposable plastic garbage bags, which are oil? Okay, right. But here they are, their day of action, without, actually getting onto solutions. Or, have you ever heard Mckibben talk about hemp? Hemp can replace oil, right? Well, we're not interested in solutions, but this was their day of action. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're just heroes, but they're not. Divestment movement in 2012. Global training goes big in 2013. Oh, okay. And it's now 8 years later, and they're still trying to build a global leadership movement. A massive march in New York. They made history with a march in New York. Oh my God. Well, how did solutions not happen after that? And then the Paris, of course, they're on board with that because it's as worthless as 350. And in 2016, they're going to break free from fossil fuels, without encouraging anyone to get off of fossil fuels, okay, or to even turn down their heat, or to just turn off unused electricity. No, 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 no. We don't need you to be the solution that you are, and that gain individual cooperation, because if everybody just did responsible actions, it would be problem solved. No, 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 no. Oh my God, they're so good. They got more pipelines and coal canceled. Okay, so they left you without electricity, as is happening more and more all over the place now. Thank you, Bill Mckibben. Thank you. Yeah. Report. Let me see. That must be up 1.5 degrees there. In 2019, a global climate strike. We went from the big march in, what was that, 2014, to a strike. Their day of action. producing absolutely nothing. And then here we go into this next 10 here. I took bits of it, which is kind of some of it, but okay, here, let's listen to it. Here's Mckibben.
10 years ago, there was no climate movement, and now there is. It's everywhere now, with young people and in every corner of the planet.
Okay, except we don't need a movement. We just need people actually becoming the solutions that they are. And Bill Mckibben will not get them environmentally illiterate and will not encourage them to be the solution they are. Just to be a movement, to demand that Congress outlaw what they should just be living responsibly doing. Okay, Mckibben and all of his associates make no sense.
So that makes me very powerfully optimistic. I'm more despairing because...
Yeah, he looks a little more despairing than positively optimistic. Maybe it's because when you're a fraud, it eats away at the inside of you.
Because 10 years have passed and we haven't seen real action yet from governments. And
it's the government's fault. 10 years have passed. Now, this guy has taken it upon himself to be a climate leader. That's why he started this organization. He was already one. He had written books. Oh my God, he had a following. People, oh my God, he's Jim Jones. People worship him, but the government hasn't taken action. Not Mckibben. And every environmental activist he knows who won't take the same action to the same solutions that are obviously the best we have to try, and they can't be argued against. Okay, there's none of these people that can argue against them, but it's the government's fault. Oh, okay, Bill.
So the amount of carbon in the atmosphere continues to accumulate.
Because Bill hasn't stopped it. And his associate, Mr. B.S. Bernie Sanders, and the youth, including the youth in the youth climate case, and everybody he partners with, they haven't stopped it.
The thing to remember about climate change is, unlike other issues that we face, it's a timed problem. If we don't solve it before a deadline that's now looming, then we will never, ever solve it.
Oh, okay. And now Bill has put us back, decade and a half or so. I'm not sure when the first email I actually have to Mckibben is, but it's probably before 350. Okay, so, but oh my God, he sounds so serious. Like if only there was something we could do. Now here's their executive director.
We could
take
the fundamental steps to
okay, yeah, this Mckibben in the next 10 years.
Change the trajectory, to take us from a world where we put ever more carbon into the atmosphere into a world where we're racing to put less in, where the totals each year have begun to drop instead of climb.
Well, wouldn't that be nice? You know what? That they could have climbed all these years too. I mean, they could have dropped all these years too, Bill, but you refused to. You refused to take any action. This guy is just such a fool, and his worshippers bow to him. I mean, I don't even know why they care if I post here, because if you post here, you just get attacked. You're the lunatic, because oh my God, Bill Mckibben wouldn't hold solutions from the world. No.
If we could do that, it's not that we'll win this fight necessarily. There's going to be enormous damage done. It's way too late to stop global warming.
It's way too late. Now, he's been calling for solutions for so long, refusing solutions along with everybody he associates himself with, and now it's way too late. Okay.
But if we could do that over the next 10 years, then maybe we can ward off climate change on the scale that'll take down civilizations. That's an open question at this point, but we got to fight for it as hard as we can.
As hard as we can. Oh, as hard as we can. Except Bill Mckibben and 350 continue to refuse to give the solutions the world needs. Now, here's their executive director.
One of the things that's always been really important to us is how we situate ourselves within the wider climate.
This is May, who's on those email distributions. I pointed her out.
Movement and the wider movement for justice.
And the wider movement for justice. Oh, yeah. okay, because white people aren't affected by climate change. Julia Brockovich, that was a white community. Yeah, you know what? A lot of white people, they're in the communities where hurricanes happen. Okay. Oh, a lot of blacks are there too. So aren't a lot of illegals and invaders like Florida. Okay. Um, yeah. So just, but now they're on that movement because of course, you have to be.
And over the years, we've become more and more embedded in the movements that we are surrounded with. And the power of collaboration has always been central to what we did. There would have never been a 350 if there wasn't collaboration and other organizations taking part. The whole idea was that we would set out a shared goal that a lot of people could participate in. So even though it's been central to our model from the beginning, building long-term relationships of collaboration has been something we've needed to build over time. And specifically when it comes to the communities who are most impacted by extraction of fossil fuels, or by climate impacts, or by inequality more generally, the most marginalized among us, communities of color, low-income communities. So I would say at this stage in 350's lifespan, we're trying to figure out who are our partners for the long haul, and how do we continue to build the biggest tent possible as more and more people become concerned about the climate crisis and want to figure out what they can do.
Oh gosh, she just sounds so caring and concerning. And how, if we could figure out what we could do, and we need the biggest tent possible for a movement. Okay, not to get these people being the solution they are. No, no, no. It's for a movement. Oh, and inclusive and justice, of course, because it's 2021. So just a lot of blah 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 there from May. You know, this is in here, and then they had a guy who, it talked about leadership. Then they had another guy talking about race, but they had a few things. I'm going to go through. Here's one. The next guy, well, a couple guys in.
What I want to see myself in 350 do is to begin to engage a new generation of leaders and to encourage them to join the movement.
Okay, now who's this? I'm pretty sure this is Il Omen's daughter. Il Omen, congressional. Where's this? There's this. Yeah, yeah, just Sharia garment, and I'm pretty sure her daughter's everywhere. She's out there with the Sunset Movement, and I'm pretty sure this is her activist daughter with, of course, Sharia wearing garment person. So yes, because oh my God, we're so inclusive. Oh my God, but this person gets a lot of press everywhere these days because of her activist mom, I guess.
Movement. And so I think that there is a uprising that's taking place where people realize that climate change must become a priority, where people realize that we must do something about it right now. And I'm oftentimes reminded of Dr. King's call to the fears and urgency of now. We can't go back into our communities and wait to do something tomorrow. We have to quite honestly do something today.
Oh, today. Well, that would be like, a decade, 15 years too late for Mckibben and 350, which I call okay, yeah. Let's 350 is in environmentaleducator.org too. Let's go down here to there on the wall of shame here, and yeah. What do I accurately call him? Oh, that's right here. Bill Mckibben and his 350.org accurately called Got Earth to 400 plus because that is their achievement. Okay, it is. And then I put, the background for this page is hot air, balloons, because according to Mckibben, Earth's hot air is rising. That is in part because of the endless hot air Mckibben spews, seeking solutions Mckibben has proven he doesn't have. Worse, unknown to the world, Mckibben and his organization prevents the solutions he seeks since Got Earth to 400 opened their door 400 plus. And that's just short and sweet about Mckibben and Got Earth to 400 plus, but that's what I call them because they haven't taken action. But now, according this guy here, that's, we
What
need
I want to
we need
see,
the action now. We need it now. We need it now. Oh, okay. We need it now.
today.
Today. We need it now. Today.
We have to quite honestly do something today.
Today. That's it. Because they've been so inactive for such a long time that's actually what they should be called, is got Earth to 400 plus, because that's exactly what they've achieved. But let me see. What do they have to say here?
350 is the only place in the climate movement where you'll run into any and everybody who's ever thought about being in this work, and very few of them have compromised on the vision.
Oh, very few of them are compromised. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. That starts right there at their head guy, Bill Mckibben, and maybe Ovi, who have refused to give the world solutions since 350 started. And let me tell you, I remember that conversation I had. I think it was a guy named Joe when I called 350 one day, and it was not fun. We could call him, leave a message now, but let's see. Okay, we're at 28 minutes. Okay, we'll do that another night. So
We
here's
can't
that same
deal
lady.
with climate if we don't deal with racism. We can't deal with climate if we don't deal with colonialism.
Oh, of course. Oh, of course. Except that's bull. Okay, that has nothing to do with anything except they're ridiculous.
350, they trained me. They helped me understand how to run campaign strategies.
Oh, how to run campaign strategies, how to get yourself arrested.
Sessions for
She's
other
so
people.
cool. She's
Just
so
in
cool.
terms of like the hard skills that I got with support from 350, Sunrise would probably not exist.
Okay, now this is the Sunrise Movement co-founder. Okay, Sunrise is on my email distribution too. They have refused solutions the world needs since the day they started. But of course, so then they associate with everybody else who won't allow solutions, which is the entire environmental industry. But she's a fraud too.
If for lack of that support, it's made us so much more powerful leaders.
Oh, they're powerful leaders. They are hugely negative in everything they achieve, but they are firmly convinced in their own delusional brains that they are powerful leaders.
We know that millions of people are feeling the devastation of climate change on a daily basis.
Oh,
Seeing people
that's
rise
very
up and fight
concerning.
back
And fight back. And this is from Jamie Henn, the co-founder of 350.org, and he's so concerned about people that are suffering the consequences of their inaction right now. He doesn't tell you that, but my God, he's so sincerely concerned. Okay.
be willing to put their bodies on the line for this issue has just given me an incredible dose of hope. And getting to spend every day waking up and communicating with those people and helping find ways to tell their stories and helping put them in front of the people who supposedly have the power.
To tell their stories. That's what it's about, telling activist stories and put activists in front of the people with power. Well, I thought Mckibben had power. He's got a voice. All Mckibben has to do is use his own voice and say, hey, these are the solutions the world needs, and start organizing it, getting stadiums together for reusable stadium concessions, getting the hemp industry going, getting people to, not be irresponsible all day long, and a gazillion other things. Okay, like I presented to the chamber, part of that list. Like there's a gazillion things Mckibben could have done, except he won't. Neither will Faye and May. And you know what? I never really knew who this guy was till I saw this video. But if he was on distribution, he wouldn't either. Listen to him. He's a fool.
And watching them recognize that they, the activists, the community members, have far more influence than they ever thought. That for me has given me incredible hope and given me incredible meaning in my own life.
Oh.
Science tells us we have less than a decade to completely transform our energy system, and so we're at that moment. I think this is the chance for us to really step up and work together and do what it takes.
And do what it takes. And do what it takes, finally. Because 350 has refused to do what it takes since they started. And now we have a decade to change our energy system, just that, like, because before it was, to actually solve the problem, and now they're just talking energy system because that's all they talk about, because they won't actually talk about real solutions. Okay, they just won't. They don't have to, and they're not going to. So that's the long and short of it. I Wouldn't it be nice if he actually just was what he said? Because then you wouldn't have to listen to him anymore. He'd be out to pasture, But when you're an activist, and no news will tell you this, not even independent truth media, and neither will Project Veritas, regardless if.
When an elected representative hides behind her fame, Project Veritas, we expose everyone, sir.
Yeah, you know what? Mckibben's got fame too. And Project Veritas, they don't expose everyone. No, they don't. But that doesn't stop O'Keefe.
Project Veritas is truth, okay? We represent the truth. I run from nothing. I hide from nothing.
Except that for 2.5 years, come Christmas 2021, it will be 2.5 years since Project Veritas has refused to tell you that all environmental voices, including Bill Mckibben and his got Earth to 400 plus, are environmental frauds. Okay. So, 350, they have a get involved page here, and they have, let me see, climate stories, and where you can submit your story. So, to the people that love so much truth that they keep from the world, we're going to submit this video to story sub submissions at 350.org. Yeah, we're going to do that. And I'll be expecting them to show this video very soon. No, I don't know what they can do to me. They already don't allow me to post on their page. Maybe they'll make it so that I can't even see any of these pages. I don't know, but I will be submitting this video to this email. And you can be sure that regardless of all the hoopla, 350 is not going to be doing a thing here. So remember that, because they rely on your donations. And why are people donating to this organization? There's no reason. There's no reason, except that they don't know that they're donating to frauds, because no one, including Project Veritas, will tell them. So stay tuned. A lot more videos to come, people.